वेलकम बैक टू होराइजन फॉरबिडन वेस्ट। और प्रीवियस पार्ट में हम लोग ने अ हंट टू रिमेंबर ये साइड क्वेस्ट किया। तो इस पार्ट में आई थिंक हम लोग फाइनल प्रिपरेशंस करते हैं सिंगुलैरिटी ये क्वेस्ट के लिए, विच ऑनेस्टली मुझसे पूछो तो सेकंड लास्ट या लास्ट क्वेस्ट हो सकता है, क्योंकि एलॉय भी कह रही है कि दिस इज़ अ पॉइंट ऑफ नो रिटर्न। तो एनीवे पहले तो वाल से कुछ इंटरैक्ट, यस, गुड। डायलॉग नहीं, फेयरवेल, चलो। आई लाइक हाउ ये सेटवेल वाल ये ऑप्शन दिया है। मे बी फाइनल क्वेश्चन के बाद दिखता है, लेट्स सी। चलो, आई थिंक प्रीवियस पार्ट में हम लोग ने साइलेंस से बात की थी, तो मेरे को एक्चुअली टिल्डा से बात करनी है। टिल्डा को तो ये एनवायरनमेंट बहुत फेमिलियर रहेगा। मेटल यहाँ पे है, टिल्डा नहीं। ये हम लोग की रूम है। वो ये क्या आ रहा है? क्लॉस राइडर, नाइस। और ये आई थिंक ह्यूमन है। वेट अ मिनट, पहले रीस्टॉक, गुड।
Focus. It's Varl's.
ओह नो, वाल का है।
I used to think no Nora would ever accept one. But Varl did. Even when he was overwhelmed. He refused to let me push him away.
ट्रू फ्रेंड था वाल, ट्रू फ्रेंड है
I failed
वाल।
Varl at Gemini. I should have pushed harder. I should have done more. I'd give anything to have him back.
आई होप एलॉय खुद को नहीं ब्लेम कर रही है जो वाल के साथ हुआ। स्पीयर,
When it looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like you can win. I will, Rost. Now and always.
गुड। चलो, टिल्डा कौन से रूम में? कटालो रहेगा यहाँ पे, नहीं टिल्डा है।
There you are.
हेलो, टॉक।
Well done, Aloy. Despite my reservations, you managed to secure Silence and his weapon. You're truly a shining example of Liz's fortitude.
I've been thinking about what you said at your house. How you were friends with Elizabeth. It was more than that, wasn't it?
Perceptive as ever. You're right, we were together for a time.
Okay, so... what happened?
I was an orphan. I had always been alone. By my 30s, I was starting to wonder if that was simply my fate in life. And then I met Liz. We kept running into each other at conferences. We'd have coffee. At some point, it became drinks. I thought it was just shop talk, an exchange of ideas, but then I was surprised at how much I looked forward to seeing her. Soon we were flying halfway across the world every other week just to meet up. For the first time, I didn't feel lonely. I could imagine a future where I wasn't. I think Liz felt the same way at first. She had lost her mother a few years back. I filled a void for her. I know I did. But as time passed, it seemed as though she wanted less when I wanted more. And so we ended things.
So helping me. Restoring Elizabeth's dream. It's what?
A second chance, yes. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done more. So when I saw you, a woman who has carved her own remarkable path, beyond even what made Liz a phenomenon, I knew I had to help you. to do right by her.
इंटरेस्टिंग। ओके, तो इसके लिए ये हेल्प कर रही है। मेरे को लगा इसको अर्थ पसंद है। और पूछता है इसके और लिस्ट के बारे में।
Why do you think Elizabeth pulled away?
I've wondered that for 1,000 years. She was brilliant, visionary. She cared so deeply for the world, for the betterment of humanity. But it also felt like she kept everyone at arm's length, including me. She never wanted to share her burdens. I think, in the end, she had a core that she never let anyone be part of. Sometimes I wonder if anyone really knew her.
I found a recording of you and Elizabeth back in the proving lab after Farzineth's attempt to steal Gaia.
Yes. A most unpleasant conversation.
She said something after the call. I think she regretted how things ended between you.
Did she? All this time, thank you for telling me. I've always hated that those were the last words we ever said to each other. And that her last impression of me was as a functionary of Far Zenith, not who I truly am.
वैसे मेरे को और एक सवाल है, अभी टिल्डा से बात कर रहे तो क्या ये इनका जो गोल्ड आई थिंक गोल्ड और आई थिंक पता नहीं मटेरियल कौन सा है, लुक्स लाइक गोल्ड लेकिन वो जो शील्ड है इनका आर्मर, इसके वजह से ये इमॉर्टल है या वो सिर्फ प्रोटेक्शन के लिए और ये बायोलॉजिकली इमॉर्टल है? इनकी बायोलॉजी चेंज हो गई है या एक एक्सटर्नल आर्मर के वजह से ये इमॉर्टल है? दोनों में से क्या हो सकता है? मतलब जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल अगर टिल्डा ने ये आर्मर निकाल दिया तो ये वापस मॉर्टल हो जाएगी या इमॉर्टल ही रहेगी? मे बी विल फाइंड आउट जब अटैक करेंगे तब। ओके, जीनत के बारे में पूछता है।
You said before that you're not like the other Zeniths, that you never were. But you went along with all of their plans.
Out of necessity. I'm not proud of it. But complicity became a means of survival, both when Earth was consumed and when the colony on Sirius was destroyed. I did what I had to. But I resolved to remain one step ahead of the others, to try to undo what damage I could. Hence the data channel with Beta. The secret passage into their base and the little trick I pulled to save you.
True, I mean, I believe her कि out of necessity जीनत के साथ गई थी। कोई भी जाएगा actually, well except Liz. Okay, जीनत के बारे में पूछते हैं I think.
When it's time to break into the Zenith base, what can we expect?
I'll go over the
Spectres?
full layout once you've assembled your friends. Suffice it to say, we will need to push as fast as possible to Beta and Gaia's location, dealing with heavy resistance along the way. There are also printing facilities where the others have been amassing the natural resources they've stripped from the region.
What for?
First for use in the base's infrastructure, and then to fabricate more Spectre drones, a small army of them.
When I was out in the wilds, I saw a shuttle take off from the island, heading for space.
It was likely ferrying materials to and from our ship in orbit. After hundreds of years luxuriating in our digital comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape. Disaster can strike at any moment. We've learned our lesson.
वो इनकी और एक शिप है स्पेस में। Wait, अगर हम लोग स्पेस में जाए तो फाइनल बैटल स्पेस में रहेगी तो मजा आ जाएगा। और कोई जीनत है? अभी तक तो हम लोगों ने टिल्डा, एरिक नाम है आई थिंक उसका, और जेराड और वर्बेना, चार लोगों को देखा है. यस, वर्बेना शार्ली चैन के बारे में पूछना है.
When I was in the ruins of Vegas, I found data on a man named Stanley Chen. I think he was a Zenith.
Stanley, ever the optimist. He was one of the good ones. When we established our colony, he built an exact replica of Las Vegas in virtual reality. Lights, shows, gambling, every detail perfectly recreated. And while others cloistered themselves in their own fantasies, he flung his doors wide to everyone.
The way you're talking about him, I'm guessing he didn't make it back to Earth.
No, he perished when our colony was
Oh
destroyed.
no.
He would have been thrilled to discover that part of his beloved city survived.
और आई थिंक वो हेल्प करता हम लोग की. वर्बेना.
When I was in the ruins of Vegas, I think he
गलती
was a
से.
Zenith.
Stanley,
गलती
when we
से-
established lights, and while others
वापस-
he flung.
The way you're talking about.
No, he would have been thrilled.
ओके. वर्बेना.
When Beta escaped and hid in an ancient research facility, I saw another one of the Zeniths. Verbena. Who was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of brighter constellations. Unlike most of Far Zenith's members who amassed their wealth through shrewd business deals and technological achievements, Verbena inherited her billions. Her father had achieved great success in the luxury holotourism industry. At age 24, she became the world's most eligible bachelorette, branding herself a life designer. Someone who leverages their fame to influence the choice of others.
What? Like a cult?
In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done something right to have survived this long.
She was her own brand of ruthless. That much is true. But even rats can cling to a vessel for escape.
harsh words, but probably true. और कौन है?
Okay, so I've had run-ins with a handful of Zeniths. What about the rest?
An array of the wealthiest people on Earth, titans of their industries.
And let me guess. All selfish and ruthless to the core?
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. Annika Murjani, for instance, was always delightful. She founded the Holonet's most successful dance channel and was herself mesmerizing to watch. And I had fascinating discussions with Song Jiao about her work in cellular biology. Our immortality treatments are due in part to her achievements. But then there were others like Devin Miller, the CEO of a fast food printing corporation. His only real preoccupations were perfecting his golf swing and taking self-hollows. When I think about all of us, we really should have accomplished more. We had eternity.
ओके. मेरा इट्स वियर्ड, मेरे सवाल जल्दी से आंसर हो जाता है. बायोलॉजिकली इमॉर्टल है ये. अभी जिसने कहा कि इमॉर्टैलिटी आर्मर की वजह से नहीं है, इनकी बायोलॉजी चेंज हो गई रहेगी. जेरार्ड के बारे में पूछते हैं, इनका लीडर है
What can you
राइट?
tell me about Gerard?
He was the head of the world's largest financial conglomerate, and as such had dealings with almost every major corporation. It made him one of the wealthiest people on Earth, and certainly the wealthiest among Far Zenith.
What does one person do with that much money?
Buy more power, more influence. Gerard's always believed himself to be a refined patrician, able to maintain control with a polished smile. But beneath that exterior is a cold and calculating operator. It was his decision to restrict Beta's upbringing to her digital educators, the avatars of the Apollo database, while we were painted as her benefactors.
Well, we'll deal with him soon enough. And the others.
एरिक बच्चा
I
है.
would very much like to see his face when he realizes we've beaten him.
एरिक.
So, Eric. Was he always a bloodthirsty psychopath?
I believe he got worse over time. On Earth, he was the founder of a profitable private military company. A band of cutthroats, in other words. Even as governments abandoned human combatants in favor of automated warfare. He found success with clientele that required a more personal touch. There were also rumors that he personally hunted and killed his targets. On occasion, all for the thrill of it. But on Sirius, he retreated to virtual reality simulations. In them, he could go on rampages as violent as he pleased, though I suspect with diminishing satisfaction.
All of his tribe believes he was one of the greatest people from the old world.
Then they would be quite disappointed to meet him. Though I'm sure he'd bask in the adoration.
ओके, अब साइलेंस के वेपन के बारे में
Have you
पूछता है.
figured out how Silence's weapon works?
No, and he's been very careful not to allow me near it. I'll admit it bothers me, but regardless of how it functions, I am confident it will deactivate the other shields en masse.
How many of them are in the base?
10, including Eric and Gerard. Only a handful of us made it to our
10,
ship when our
oh
colony
boy.
collapsed.
10 के अगेंस्ट कैसे फाइट करेंगे हम लोग? अगर हम लोग का जो वेपन है वो इनके जो लेज़र ब्लास्टर्स वगैरह और स्पेक्टर्स को भी डिसेबल कर देता है तो कुछ हो सकता है, अदरवाइज मुश्किल है. एनीवे, इसके घर के बारे में पूछते
Why
हैं.
did you make the data channel look like your house?
I built that house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place, not just for me, but for the art stored in its depths. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly, some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Okay. I'll let you know when it's time.
I'll be here until then. And thank you, Aloy, for giving me this
I
chance.
wonder Zo
My past has always been a struggle. More than once I've lost everything. But when I look to the future, I see Liz's dream fulfilled. A universe of new possibilities.
Maybe we can make it happen.
We will. I won't let anything get in the way. I promise you that.
गुड. बट क्या टिल्डा भी फाइट कर सकती है 10 जीनत्स के अगेंस्ट? वेल 9 जीनत नहीं, टोटल 11 थे आई थिंक. टिल्डा और प्लस 10, 4 से तो हम लोग मिले. एरिक, जेरार्ड, वर्बेना 3 से मिले. 4th वन इज टिल्डा. एक्चुअली जो से बात
Aloy.
करने.
You think we can talk?
श्योर, पहले एरन से बात करते हैं फिर. क्या हो गया?
Hey, I was hoping you'd show up. I
Oh.
have something for you
क्या?
to commemorate our mission. We did good together.
Yeah, we did.
गुड.
You, talked to Tilda at all?
I tried. I don't think even a hot forge could melt that ice. And you say she wants to help?
I think so. Well, let's hope. Doesn't look like any of our guests are making trouble.
Yet. So,
Yet.
Katala tells
Okay.
me you flew. Well, that's new. I've been busting my balls trying to learn to read. You're out there having all the fun.
Don't worry. You'll be getting all the fun you can handle soon. With the Zeniths.
Looking forward to it.
I guess Silence is keeping to himself, as usual.
I was hoping he'd give me an excuse to hammer his sorry ass to the ground.
Please don't.
You telling me you wouldn't want to get just one good hit on that smug face of his? After everything he's done?
Sure. later. Right now, he's got something we need.
True.
I gotta go.
Just
Aloy needs
let me know when
silence.
you need
Silence
us.
needs Aloy. यहाँ पे कुछ है एक्स्ट्रा? नहीं. यहाँ पे साइलेंस नहीं. यहाँ पे कौन है? आई थिंक ये जोर वाल की रूम थी. और छोटा सा है. कोटालो कहाँ पे फिर? ओह देयर इज. यहाँ पे साइलेंस रहेगा. नहीं कोटालो है. ओह. ओह उसका आर्म.
I see you've got your new arm ready to go.
Yes.
ओह गुड. ये
Still
पहनने
feels
वाला है
strange.
आर्म.
I've gotten used to the absence, but no matter. I'm sure I will need it before the attack on the Zenith base is through.
इसने डिजाइन भी किया. तनाक्त की तरह पेंट वगैरह. नाइस. कोटालो.
Haven't seen you since the battle at the Grove. How are you holding up?
I saw you fly on the wings of the Ten, and paralyze Regala's army with lightning. I would say that I am inspired.
Thank you, I guess.
It is I who should be thanking you.
तनाक्त के बारे में पूछता है. विंग्स ऑफ द टेन.
You people keep mentioning the wings of the Ten. What exactly does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings and leapt into battle from the sky. For us, to imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess. It is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Kulrut. And now, you have done it. Like the deeds of the Ten themselves, it will never be forgotten. So,
वेट.
tell me, how did it feel?
I won't lie. Pretty good.
I can only imagine.
वेट. मैं सोच रहा था कि एरिक के भी सोल्जर्स हो सकते हैं राइट. ये 10 बिकॉज सब बॉट्स यूज कर रहे थे और ये ह्यूमंस थे. देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी.
Look, I know you're probably not happy about keeping Regala around, but I want her on our side when we fight the Zeniths.
It is more than she deserves. Even so, I will not question your judgment.
Thank you, Kotallo.
गुड. कोटालो ऑनेस्टली मेरा फेवरेट कैरेक्टर हो गया है. पहले मेरे को पसंद नहीं था. स्टार्टिंग में जब हम लोग स्काई क्लैन बात भी नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ स्काई क्लैन के पास जा रहे थे तब मेरे को पसंद नहीं आ रहा था कोटालो. बट नाउ आई लाइक हिम.
Anything new going on I should know about?
The Quen has been more insistent than usual, asking about the visions at the Grove. Her pursuit of knowledge is relentless. The Ten would have a hard time fighting her off.
Just think of her like one of your chaplains.
Yes, only more persistent.
Did Aaron tell you we found the people who gave Regala's rebels the power to override machines?
He told me of the battle. I suggested he etch this victory on his fighting arm with one of our inkers.
Is he going to do it?
He didn't say no.
I think Alva, Tilda or Alva will get along.
Things will get ugly once the Zeniths realize we're in their base. You'll need every trick you've ever learned.
I would have it no other way. Many soldiers died in the old world to make sure we stood here today. We will endure on their behalf. Though, I am curious how you intend to defeat the Zenith's defenses without an army of our own.
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're ready to fight.
As
I
you
hope
say,
अच्छा प्लान रहेगा.
you have more than earned my trust.
Good.
Did you meet Tilda?
There is something about her that doesn't seem natural. I wouldn't be surprised if my sword went through her and she didn't bleed at all.
Honestly, with her, nothing would surprise me. I have to go,
Let's go.
but I'll be briefing everyone on the plan soon.
Understood.
और अब जो हेलो जो
Aloy, it appears that we have some interesting new guests. I'm glad to see you're okay, though. I heard you gave the Tenakth something to talk about. I was half expecting you to burst in through the ceiling riding a sunwing.
Sorry to disappoint.
ओके Zenith.
Thoughts on our new Zenith acquaintance?
I'd say she smells like death, but even death smells of something. She's more like a cold piece of metal, bent on repelling all semblance of life.
She's definitely different.
थोड़ी स्टॉइक है वो.
Ready to head over to the Zenith base?
Whatever comes, we will endure.
Good.
Have you talked to any of our new friends?
Erend and I tried speaking to Sylens, but apparently our tribal prattle is unnecessary.
Charming, isn't he?
That sounds
What's
like
Aaron
him.
doing?
For a moment there, he thought he'd lost both you and Varl. But he never truly succumbed to despair. Guess that Oseram's stubbornness comes in handy sometimes.
वाल और ये भी दोस्त है एरन.
Anything interesting happen while I was away?
Erend told us how you tracked down the Oseram supplying Regala with machines. In fact, he's quite adamant about relating the tale at least twice a day. But I can tell it meant a lot that you asked for his help.
I wouldn't have been able to track them down if it wasn't for him.
Good.
I have to go. I trust you to keep things civil around here.
I'll make sure Erend doesn't punch Sylens in the face, if that's what you mean.
Thanks.
तो मैं कहने वाला था कि आई लाइक हाउ एलॉय गेम के स्टार्टिंग में थोड़ी मतलब वेल अभी भी इंडिपेंडेंट है बट एलॉय रिफ्यूज़ करती थी किसी की हेल्प लेने के लिए बट नाउ इतने टाइम बाद सबकी हेल्प लेना एलॉय को सही लग रहा है. इट्स अ गुड चेंज. अच्छा पर्सनालिटी चेंज है ये. स्टार्टिंग में वाल की भी हेल्प नहीं चाहिए थी बट नाउ एलॉय एक्सेप्ट करती है कोई भी हेल्प ऑफर करता है तो विच इज़ गुड.
We're taking those space slugs down.
यस वी आर. आई होप एरिक से फाइट होती है तो एरिक ही था ना. नहीं एरिक ही था. जराड उनका लीडर है तभी जो साथ में रहेगी. दोनों मिलके डिफीट कर सकता है. चलो. हेलो एल्वा.
Do you have a moment?
ऑफ कोर्स.
Aloy! I'm glad you're here. I wanted to give you this for helping me get the data on Leviathan. I didn't really know what to give you, so I asked Zoe what you might like.
Thanks, Alpha. I'll put it to good use.
Data.
Have you looked through the data we recovered on Leviathan?
There is much to sort through still, but I believe we'll be able to get it operational and turn back the floods. And I've given more thought to everything we've uncovered about the ancestors. The Overseers would have us believe they were infallible paragons. But Pharaoh wasn't. Not even close. His greed led to machines that devoured the world. The archive of the Old One's knowledge destroyed, just to erase his mistakes. So, when we learned that Eileen had a hand in covering up hundreds of deaths, I started to think they were all the same. Selfish, egotistical, cruel. But in the end, it's not that simple. The truth isn't a straight line of ink on a crisp scroll. It's a splatter, smudged and faded on stained parchment. I wish Morquen could see that, instead of looking the other way or twisting the truth to serve their own schemes.
I doubt Bohai would agree with you.
No, nor the rest of the Board of Overseers. As Eileen said, it's easier to believe the lie is truth, but it's worth fighting for. And this diviner, at least, won't settle for anything less. For that, I thank you, Aloy.
गुड टिल्डा के बारे में पूछना
You
एक्चुअली
okay?
I was wondering, is it really safe having someone like Regala here? She seems angry. The kind of angry that leads to murdering people in their sleep.
वो 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 वो
Don't worry.
इतना नहीं
We're
करेगी
going
वो
to point that anger in the right direction. The Zeniths.
If you say so.
I hope our new guests have been behaving.
This Silence, he's the one who built the weapon that can take down Zenith shields?
He is. Though I wouldn't expect him to answer any questions about it. He refuses to dole out his secrets to us lesser mortals.
Oh.
You know that special part of us that makes us warm, kind, welcoming?
Our spirit?
Yeah. He was born without that.
Oh, Aloy.
How are you holding up?
Varl's loss is heavy on everyone's mind. I didn't know him well, but I can see how much he meant to the others. Zoe and Erend seem to have taken to it the hardest, but I don't quite know what to say to them.
They need time to sort through it.
And what about you? Will time heal your wounds?
I don't know. I try not to think about it. Have you spoken with Zoe at all?
A little bit, but I did hear her singing with Varl not too long ago. I don't think they noticed. Zoe seemed so free when she did it. Like every emotion she had was taking flight in song. And she looked happier because of it. I felt so dull and nervous in comparison.
You should ask Zoe to teach you sometime. About Utaru music.
Maybe.
We won't let the Zeniths get away with what they've done.
Everyone's ready to take the fight to the enemy.
And you?
Nervous? But I'm ready too.
Don't worry. We'll get through this together.
Yes.
Any more data catch your eye?
All of it? I have so much to study up on. Years, actually. I'm particularly interested in the Odyssey. We knew the ancestors had made it to the moon. In
You should
fact,
talk to
we
Tilda.
theorized some of them had settled on it. But Sirius is way farther than that. And we thought journeying across the ocean would be the feat of a lifetime. The sheer calculations needed for space travel. It's overwhelming to think about.
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other tribes when it comes to understanding this stuff. Where I grew up, everyone thought that stars were sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through the night.
True, Quen थोड़े advanced है.
So, all of the tribes here are new to you?
Yes, I've been studying up on them. The most fascinating one thus far has been the Tenakth, an entire culture based on the holograms of an ancient museum. There's much they've misinterpreted, not unlike the Quen. But still, there's a nobility to what they've become. They're honorable and fearless.
And deadly. You sure you're okay going on this mission? I know things must be happening pretty fast for you.
I've already braved oceans and madmen who thought they were ancestors reborn. Why not a few immortals with lethal drones at their command, too?
Guess the more the merrier. I suppose you saw that Tilda is here. Our very own Zenith.
I almost went up to her to ask her, well, every question I've ever had about the legacy. Every diviner I know would kill to get 5 minutes with one of the old ones. But now that she's here, all I feel is a vague unease. I don't know if I'm scared of finding out more uncomfortable truths, or just scared of her. Probably both.
इसके लिए
I
नहीं गई.
need to take care of a few things.
I'll be here.
I thought Utaru Protector. Utaru Protector, okay. लेट्स सी आउटफिट कौन सा मिला, ये वाला, नॉट बैड, अच्छा है। और एरन ने भी तो कुछ दिया हम लोग को, वेपन दिया रहेगा आई थिंक, ऑयल नहीं, वेपन दिया रहेगा, ये रहा। नाइस, द स्काई किलर, अ प्राइज्ड वेपन saved from a Quen shipwreck. When it strikes, enemies fall out of sky like streaks of burning light. Nice. 2 लेजेंडरी वेपन हो गए अब। ये कौन सा है? एडवांस्ड एक्सप्लोसिव, फायर स्पाइक्स, ये क्या है वैसे? वो ओके, नाइस। ये एडवांस्ड है और ये नॉर्मल है, इंटरेस्टिंग। लेट्स गो। अब रिगाला से बात करते हैं नीचे। वेट, नीचे ही है? यस, नीचे ही है। लेट्स गो। ऐसे आउटफिट अच्छा है काफी, नॉट बैड नॉट बैड। इसका डाई भी देखना पड़ेगा। लेट्स गो। वेट, फेस पेंट भी है? नहीं, आर्म्स पे है पेंट।
Oh, looks like I can open that door now.
Oh, interesting.
There's more machinery in here. It might have had something to do with the facility's
Battery.
operations.
Wait,
Looks
battery.
like a power cell could fit here.
मेरे को पता है कहाँ पे है पावर सेल, इसके अंदर। यहाँ पे एक पावर सेल था ऊपर। Let's see, कहीं तो था, ये रहा। गुड, लेट्स गो। बेस के अच्छे सीक्रेट्स मिल रहे हैं हम लोग को। यहाँ पे नहीं डाल सकते। पिकअप, लेट्स गो। शायद और एक डोर कहीं तो ओपन हो जाएगा। लेट्स सी, इंसर्ट।
Okay, the console has power now.
कौन सा कंसोल? ये वाला।
From the looks of this data, Hephaestus tried multiple times to hack into the repair bay.
Oh. Countermeasure, whoa.
But doesn't look like it succeeded.
Why but? क्यों?
Vault. I found a locked door behind the vent in the basement. Wonder if that's it.
I've got to be more careful. Jensen almost caught onto my plan while we were going over the diagnostic center specs. I've got nothing against the rest of the team. It's just... I'm sure they've all got family they're gonna meet up with in Elysium. But me? I couldn't even bury August. There is nothing of him left besides my memories. I won't let those blink out of existence too. The vault's for us, no one else. 11 more weeks before we lock the blueprints. Then the rest will be up to Gaia.
रिकॉर्डिंग है क्या वो वॉल्ट में? एनीवे, हम लोग गाया के नीचे आई थिंक। हेलो रेगाला।
Here for more words, or is it time to strike?
वर्ड्स। वेट, ये दोनों पूछा क्या? नहीं पूछा।
The whole time I've been in the West, I've been fighting you and your rebels. I'd at least like to know why.
You were among the enemy. What more is there to know?
Why did you do it?
Dorok, Jiroka, Makalo, and the Karja pushed into the desert to raid our people. My brother's squad was among the first to intercept them. But the Karja captured them, strung them up, and burned them alive as an example. It was too late. I found them by the sound of their screams.
So you wanted vengeance?
Vengeance? No. I wanted devastation. To tear down the Karja's cities and drown the land in blood. Hunt down every last survivor and grind their bones until the sky chokes on the dust. But my chief betrayed me. Betrayed the Tenakth.
I don't think betrayal था वो. इसको लगता है betrayal था, but I don't think betray किया exactly.
How did Hikaru betray you?
Hikaru called on the clans to resist the Karja's red raids. But we did more than just defend. We hunted them. And they fled as children before a pack of claw striders all the way to their border. There we ripped down their stone walls. Their domain was ours for the taking. But when it came time to push on, Hikaru ordered us to fall back. What soldier retreats when slaughter is at hand?
The kind who wants peace for their people.
Peace is just a lull between vendettas. But I thought my chief had greater tactics in mind, so I stood by him, even when he allowed that filthy Karja to join our ranks.
Fashav.
I enjoyed watching him die at the embassy. He should have been put down when we first captured him on the field. Instead, Hikaru made him a marshal.
Fashav told me how he became a marshal. He earned it just like any Tenakth.
It was an insult. No Outlander can ever deserve to wear our armor, bear our marks. And then a Karja messenger was brought before us? That's when I knew. I had to run my blade through Hikaru and drag his treacherous corpse to the gates of the Sun.
सही में hate करती है ये Hikaru को. Oh, Karja messenger कौन? Studious Waddies?
What happened when the Karja messenger appeared before Hikaru?
A quivering
Oh नहीं,
crisp
अलग
word
messenger
message
की बात
from
कर
their
रहे
new king. No more war. No more raids. Suddenly the Karja wanted to talk peace. An embassy at the very fortress we tore down? A true Tenakth would never take a Karja truce. Their blood exists to be spilled. But Hikaru lapped up the priest's message. He showed himself a Karja-loving traitor when he accepted. That's when I challenged him.
And lost.
His mercy was just another sign of his weakness. I vowed never to rest until the debt was repaid, with him on his knees before me. So with an army of soldiers and machines at my back, I returned. The day you got in my way.
The deal you made. Override tech in exchange for an assault on the Zenith base. How did Sylens approach you?
That name means nothing to me. My agreement was with the Oseram Asera and her sons of Prometheus.
So all this time, you didn't even know who you were really dealing with? And you trusted an Outlander?
If it was a trick, I would have crushed her. But she spoke with the same burning hatred for the Karja. And she offered me the chance to run them down with machines. The terror in your enemy's eyes when they see you charge. You know what I'm talking about. I bet you felt it.
I don't think so. What about your end of the deal? Would you have honored it?
Had I killed Hikaru and become chief, these Zeniths would have been the first of the tribe's victories, but because of you, My people will continue to consort with the enemy. A tribe of weaklings.
Because of me, hundreds of Tenakth won't throw away their lives in a battle they can't win.
इसको सही में लगता है ये जीनत के अगेंस्ट जीत सकती थी? ओ, इसने देखा ही नहीं है जीनत को, इसके लिए टिल्डा के साथ 1-on-1 फाइट करके देखो. You'll see. Anyway.
Are you really going to fight alongside me?
I have no reason to betray you.
Really?
I failed to kill Hakaro, failed to eliminate you. No Tenakth would follow me now. The Karja remain out of my reach, cowering behind their walls. All I have left are the screams of those long dead and unending rage. So show me where to bury it.
I'll leave you be.
Then I will sharpen my blade again.
इसकी sword अच्छी है वैसे. I mean, मैं रगाला को भी ब्लेम नहीं कर सकता फॉर बीइंग हेटफुल. रेड रेड्स सही में हॉरिबल थे, बट हिकारो आई थिंक अल्टीमेटली राइट था. ही सॉ द विजडम इन पीस. क्या हो गया? एनीवे, फिर इस पार्ट के लिए इतना ही काफ़ी है. नेक्स्ट पार्ट में हम लोग सिंगुलैरिटी ये क्वेस्ट शुरू करेंगे एंड होपफुली हम लोग का प्लान, जो ऑनेस्टली मुझे पता नहीं एग्जैक्टली प्लान क्या है, बट मेरे को इतना पता है हम लोग टिल्डा का जो एंट्रेंस है, टिल्डा ने जो एंट्रेंस बताया वो यूज़ करके स्नीक इन करने वाला है एंड देन समहाउ साइलेंस का वेपन यूज़ करने वाला है. बट स्पेक्टर्स के साथ कैसे डील करेंगे अभी तक नहीं पता, एंड बेटा एग्जैक्टली कहाँ पे है ये भी नहीं पता. तो लॉट ऑफ अननोन्स. बट एनीवे, देखते हैं कैसे जाता है मिशन हम लोग का. तो मिलते हैं अगले पार्ट में. तब तक के लिए टेक केयर.